Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Fairyhouse Racecourse here on Saturday. It is December the 1st, 2019. I'm going to look at the stakes races on the program from Fairyhouse, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. So let's get to the stakes races, the graded races on the program, races 1, 2, 3, and 5. So the 12:30, the 1 o'clock, the 1:30, and the 2:40. Excellent racing ahead. Let's get to the first race to 12:30, which is the grade 3 30 free bet baronracing.com Juvenile Hurdle. Grade 3 event going for a purse of $37,500, race for 3-year-olds only. We have 9 horses going 3,200 meters or 2 miles over the hurdle course. Top selection here. We'll go with the 3-horse Sarah Burris. I'm gonna go 361 in the TriCast trifecta. 361 TriCast trifecta. Top selection 3-horse Sarah Burris. This 3-year-old getting by here. Robbie Powers on this one for Joseph O'Brien. The horse's most recent out came in a juvenile main hurdle at Fairyhouse, 12th of November, 2 miles here, and the horse broke the main by 19 lengths that day. Had 13 other rivals, and he could have won around another 5 times. Jumped well, an all-around good effort in his second start over the obstacles. Before that, in the flat at Galway, a mile and a half, October the 28th, in a handicap. He finished second by half length there, and at 5-1, he just never quickened up there, but he stayed the trip well. That kind of race, off of that race, he looked like he wanted to stay to a 2-mile trip there. And then before then, Juvenile Hurdle, Punchestown, 2 miles, October the 15th. He finished second by a neck. Again, he jumped well. He just missed at the end, but he ran a terrific race. Back to the obstacles here. Second time facing winners over the obstacles. First time graded company, 2-1. I'm going to take him here. This is a very tricky race, so I'm very confident in this one. Like I said earlier this week, if you watch these videos, Robbie Power this season has been on fire. So his horses are getting better. They deserve to be. But to recap my selection for the first at 12:30 from Fairyhouse, it is the grade 3 Baron Racing Juvenile Hurdle. Let's go with the 3-horse Sarah Burris. I'm going to go 361 in the TriCast trifecta. The second race, the 1 o'clock from Fairyhouse, it is the grade 1 baronracing.com Royal Bond Novice Hurdle. It's a grade 1 event going for a purse of $104,000, race for novice 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses going 3,200 meters or 2 miles over the hurdle course. Top selection, we'll take the number 8 horse here, Fairyhouse. I'm going to go 814 in the TriCast trifecta. 814 TriCast trifecta. Top selection 8-horse Fairyhouse. This 4-year-old given by authorized Paul Townend's on this one for Willie Mullins. The horse's most recent outing came the 27th of October at Galway, 2 miles 5/8 in a maiden hurdle. He won by 2 3/4 lengths that day. He had to be used a lot. He was on the drive most race to concentrate, it looked like, but he kept going. He won nicely. It was an all-around good run off of about 10-week break. 10 weeks prior at Galway during the festival in August 1st to be exact, 2 miles 5/8 in novice hurdle. He won by half length again. He had to be used a lot, but he looks like a kind of horse who's a little lackadaisical, needs to be used when he runs, but he got the job done. A very good run there off the break, and then a Ballon Robe on the 27th of May, 2 miles 1/16 in a hurdle. He finished second by 1/4 lengths. He jumped well late, but he ran well there in a second over the obstacles. And then at Cork, first start in a year, first start over the hurdles in the main hurdle, he won by 8, and he won quite nicely. The thing that scares me a little bit, he looks like he wants to stay possibly a little longer. 3 miles in the future might be his preferred trip. I'm going to take him here at 2 miles today. I like the weight here, a little bit of a weight break, and I think he has the pedigree, and his runs could show that he can run big against these quality horses. But like I said, I think the distance might be a little bit of a factor. It might be just a tiny bit too short. But at 15-1, I'm going to take a shot with him. I do think the favorite is definitely beatable in this race. So to recap my selection for the second, the 1 o'clock from Fairyhouse, it's the Royal Bond Novice Hurdle. Let's take the 8-horse Fairyhouse. I'm going to go 814 in the TriCast trifecta. The third race now, the 1:30 from Fairyhouse. It's the grade 1 Drinmore Novice Chase. Grade 1 event going for a purse of $104,000, race for novice steeplechase 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 6 horses going the distance of ground of 4,000 meters or 2.5 miles over the chase course. My top selection here, I'm going to take the veteran, the 4-horse Sam Crow. We'll go 416 in the TriCast trifecta. 416 TriCast trifecta. Top selection of 4-horse Sam Crow. This Gordon Elliott trained 7 7-year-old gun by Germany here. Jack Kennedy against the leg up. The horse's most recent outing, first start of the season, first start of the year, came on the 1st of November down Royal, 2 miles 7/16 in the beginner's chase. He won by 17 lengths there, 33 cents a dollar. Not with regular rider Donahue up that, not with the regular Kennedy up that day. Donahue was up that day. The horse still won easily. He's winning by 17. It was just a very easy run over the bigger obstacles. Before that, Leopardstown, 29th of December last year, 2 miles in the Grade 1 Ryanair Hurdle. The horse finished by 7 3/4 lengths and just had nothing. I believe he got injured in that run, but it just wasn't the day to win. And then the Grade 1 fighting 5th Hurdle at Newcastle, 2 miles, December the 1st. The horse finished second by 8 lengths behind Bouvardere, who had a great ride by Garrity in 2018 in the race. Yesterday's run, Bouvardere was probably the best horse yesterday, but Garrity just rode a horrible race. There was a definitely kind of bias on that race course at Newcastle yesterday. You wanted to sit closer on that demanding ground, not come from behind. For him to come up from behind and lose by that little, it was the horse ran well, jockey not so well. I bet Bouvardere next start out until it hurts in the Christmas Hurdle, if that's where he's going to end up at Kempton. But back to Sam Crow. But this horse, he couldn't get to him last year. Like I said, he got a great ride, Bouvardere, in 2018 and won nicely. This horse is second best. Before then, the Grade 2 WKD Hurdle at Down Royal, 2 miles, November the 2nd. He finished second by 1.5 lengths behind Bedrock. Again, he just couldn't get to Bedrock, but he still jumped a terrific race. And then the Punchestown Champion Hurdle in 2018. He didn't finish the race that they actually fell. Supper Sunday and Wicklow Brave, those two just ran terrific races to win. This horse, what can you do? He just fell there as the 83 cents a dollar favorite. But before that, in the Balmore Novice Hurdle at Cheltenham in 2018, he won by 2 3/4 lengths, and he stayed the trip well, and it was an all-around good victory. I like this horse. He's 6-5. He's coming here second off the break to the bigger obstacles against stakes quality horses. Let's take him. So to recount my selection for the third, the 130 from Fairyhouse, the Grade 1 Drinmore Novice Chase. Let's take the 4-horse Sam Crow. We'll go 4, 1, 6 in the tri-cash trifecta. Race number 5 now, the 240 from Fairyhouse. It is the Grade 1 Hatton's Grace Hurdle. Grade 1 event going for a purse of $144,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have 6 horses going 4,000 meters or 2.5 miles over the hurdle course. Top selection, we'll take the 4-horse Penhill. We'll go 4, 5, 1 in the tri-cash trifecta. 4, 5, 1 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection, the 4-horse Penhill. Mullins is on this one for Willie Mullins, 8-year-old gun by Mount Nelson here. The horse's most recent outing came 26th of April, at Punchestown, 3 miles in the Grade 1 Stayers Hurdle. He finished second by 13 lengths there, and finally got back to his winning ways that day and jumped well. It was an all-around good effort, but this horse, keep in mind that was 2018. I forgot to mention that. This horse is coming off a break, but if you look at the horses he faced in his last few starts, they're good horses. Before that, in this Sunbet Stayers Hurdle at Cheltenham in March of 2018, he won by 2 lengths at 12-1. He beat Supper Sunday, who was terrific form that day, and Holstone finished third, terrific form. His horse jumped well and loved every bit of Cheltenham. That was a great run. And then before that, you have to go all the way back to April 26, 2017 at Punchestown, 3 miles in the Grade 1 Irish Daily Mirror Novice Hurdle. He finished second by 2 1/4 lengths behind Champagne Classic. Horse you haven't heard from a little bit, but this horse, he just he really couldn't get to him late and just wasn't jumping well there. And then before that, Cheltenham, 3 miles in the Albert Bartlett's Novice Hurdle. He won by 3.5 lengths, and he just again destroyed the field. A very good run. He's a 2-time Cheltenham Festival winner, but he hasn't been seen in over a year now. But he has the form to win. He's coming here. He's going to cut back to 2.5 miles, which I think is a good comeback race. And just looking over the other horses, Apples Jades has run this one. She hasn't been the same horse since Leopardstown. She lost a lot at Cheltenham, and she hasn't been the same since. I think she's beatable, and I think Bacardi's, who beat Apples Jades last time out, I don't think he could keep up with a horse that as good as Penhill. If that old Penhill shows up today, he wins this walking home easily. 4-1. Let's take it. So to recount my selection for the 5th, the 240 from Fairyhouse, it's the Grade 1 Hatton's Grace Hurdle. Let's take the 4-horse Penhill. We'll go 4, 5, 1 in the tri-cash trifecta. So that's 12. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.